So this reading, we're going to do the next 30 days in July, because July is just around the corner. So I'm going to do exactly what I did with the June reading, which is we're going to take it 1 week at a time rather than just do kind of like a general, because then that way you know what to expect in each week leading up to the end of July. So let me get my cards and I'll be right back. The funny thing about this reading is that when I picked the packs according to each pile, and then within each pile I did the same with the old cards. Now if you've been following me, you kind of know that I've begun to mix my cards up. So I've got the newer pack and I've got the older pack, and I've started to mix them both up because I feel that the older pack gives me a lot more information leading to the blocks, subconscious, helps me to link into that, whereas the newer one is far more directive, far more showing me changes, showing me instant things and things happening. So let's start with week 1 of July. Now week 1 again isn't going on a Monday to Sunday kind of thing. It's going on a 1st of July to the 7th of July. So we're actually going literal in terms of the numbers. So from the 1st of July to the 7th of July, what can you expect and what can happen and will happen in your life? Well, one thing I love about this is immediately it's got the Wheel of Fortune and it's got progress. So things are going in the right direction. So if currently you're feeling a little lackluster, a little fed up, frustrated, feeling as if you're in the endless loop, like the wheel, but just going in the opposite direction, that things just aren't happening. And being a manifesting coach, I can understand that. We all go through those energy flows and troughs and stuff. So if you're in that kind of lower energy, just know that we are literally days away from stepping into July. Now, this is not saying that you have to wait for the 1st of July in order to feel this happening, this change happening within you. But what you need to do is know that things will dramatically change. Now, I use the word dramatically quite loosely because we don't want to go with the concept that it's like an overnight 360, everything changes, you wake up and life is completely different. No, what we're saying is that the energy you put in will change. Why? Because you're going to actually start to see things manifesting. You're actually going to start to see progression and movement. So whether that's in love, whether that's in money, whether that's in career or your business, whether that's in your social life, whatever it is you're currently, say today in seeing this video, that you're currently wanting so badly in your life, think of that as the thing that will start to trigger and manifest for you, and having that forward movement happening. So week 1 is very much about progression, but remember what I always say, you have to take aligned action. You can't just expect that just because you've had this reading and you've seen this, that it's automatically just going to mean that 1st of July to the 7th of July, miraculous things are going to start to happen. You have to keep on taking action towards it. Right, week 2. Week 2 is very much about disconnection. Now, it's not saying you're disconnected, it's saying that you're having a feeling of disconnection to your intuition. So remember, week 1, you're flying high. Week 2 is where the human ego kicks in, where you start to feel doubt, where you start to feel, this is too good to be true. Everything is just clicking. Maybe something's going to go wrong. And that is your inner belief and your limitations coming in. And the universe does this to us all the time. It will test us. So ride the wave, in week 2. And remember, week 2, we're going 8th to the 15th of July. So during that week, your energy may go on a low, because again, we're in that bubble of everything's going, this is wonderful, and self-sabotage, fear, anxiety, everything, all of those kinds of things kick in. And when those kick in, then we have that prone to go low. So this is the time where you need to align your energy. And the way to align your energy is things like meditation, things like journaling, things like going for walks, silence, those kinds of things, not distractions, because people assume that you've got to distract yourself because you're actually taking yourself away. So week 2 is very much regarding you needing to bring the balance back into your life. Keep taking the aligned actions towards your careers, towards your goal, towards your business, whatever it may be. And keep that belief. Try and hold on to the energy of week 1 and trust that that was the reality. And this is like a tunnel that you're in that you just have to get through. And at the other end of it, you've got the success card. So you know that things are going okay. But it's also that key quote that we have when it comes to manifestation. What you focus on is what you get. So if you're going to use week 2 and get into that self-sabotage and fear state, then that's what you're going to be experiencing that week to be. But if you flip it and go more onto the success and of the energy of week 1, then week 2 will be a continuation of week 1, but even better. Right, so week 3 is where you really begin to ride, I was going to say hide, but ride the wave. And this is very much about, because you've got the Fool card. The Fool card is a free spirit. And we're not talking necessarily in woo-woo language. We're talking in terms of, it's like you're creating your dreams. It's like you're beginning to believe in your dreams because you're actually seeing them in 3D. It's no longer in 5D, it's in 3D. And that's when things really begin to kick in. That's when you really, really begin to believe. So if you are riding high in terms of your career or wanting some projects and business to be really taking off, then feel that week 3 is your authority. Feel that week 3 is where things really begin to show. And remember, week 3 is going from 16th to the 23rd. See, I did pass my maths. And that's where you're really, really going to begin to see a lot of changes and a lot of good things, because now it's manifesting into 3D. And we love that because that's exactly what we want. So whether it's love, whether it's your career, business, whether it's money related stuff, things begin to happen. Things begin to come in, concrete 3D things. And we're not talking about trickling things. Remember what I said in week 1, it's not going to be a 360 flip that you're going to wake up and everything's going to be different. But week 3, it will be very different. And you'll see the changes. Again, not a 360 flip, but maybe a 90 to 180 degree flip, where that begins to kick in. And why does it begin to kick in? Because you've started to actually believe it. Remember week 2, remember week 1, the progression that's happening, or even week 1 and 2, and then moving on to 3 with the progression happening, that you begin to see this happen. So, wow. It's already been a good month, but remember, it's all about protecting your energy. By the time you get to week 4, do not be surprised if, I'm going to say, the universal protection kicks in. Not just the universal protection, but I feel that your own protection will kick in, because all of a sudden you're going to start, because with all good things, there's always the opposite end of the magnet, which is the negative stuff. So week 4 is very much about protecting your energy, but it's very much protecting your energy not against just the people that are around you or the environment you're in, but also from your own self-talk and your own self-sabotaging. Remember what I said about week 2? That's kind of happening again. Week 4, because now you're having a multiple of goodness coming in. That uncertainty may kick in, that fear may kick in again, and that thing of it's not happening for me, oh, it's too good to be true. Really, really look at your self-talk, because that is the thing. That is probably your worst enemy. Forget about the people and anybody else around you. Your self-talk is your worst enemy. So if you can control that, then trust me that your enemies begin to disappear. And week 4 is very much about that. So just to summarize July is going to be an absolutely awesome month for all of you who have come across this reading, and I'm so grateful that you have. And remember that July, if you keep on the energy and keep on riding the wave, then July for those people will be an absolutely awesome month, because everything that you've had stuck in 5D is now coming into 3D. Love, money, career, business, whatever it may be, whatever angle it may be that you're wanting to manifest, it's all beginning to come into 3D. But it's very much to do with you, your mindset, your energy, and where you're going to be. Do not turn around and blame it on the universe or anybody else or your environment, because this is all controlled by you. Think of it as having the remote control. You're in charge. You pick the channels, you pick what you're watching, and you pick the behaviors, the thinking, the energies, everything that you want. So the month is going to be exactly how you want it to be, good, bad, ugly. It's going to be your choice. And you can change that any time, any hour, any day, any minute. So you pick how you want July to be, good, bad, or ugly, and write it in the comments. Hopefully I'm going to have a lot of it's been good, awesome, brilliant month and stuff. All you need to do is carry the energy, ride the wave. Keep your energy aligned, taking action, that's the word. Taking aligned action towards your goals. If you can maintain that and do that, you are going to have an awesome month, because 5D is turning into 3D. Oh my God, after so long of waiting and everything else, all of that frustration, I can literally feel the confettis, champagnes, everything going off, because it's such a relief that things are going to start to manifest. July is definitely a transitional month for a lot of you. That will literally make the rest of the year in such a different trajectory that you can only go up. So whoever has seen this reading, I want to give you the biggest hug, blessings, happiness, everything. But please share that abundance, because the more you share, the more that energy grows and the more goodness goes out into the world. So please write it in the comments, because anybody reading that comment will also pick up on that energy, and we just want to pass on that abundance. So have an awesome July. Remember, if you want to book a more detailed one-to-one reading, more catered towards you, what's going to happen for you in July, or regarding any speciality, love, relationship, career, business, anything at all, then hop along to my website. The links are in the bio, and you can book a reading. We also do energy healing to clear all of those blocks, anything that's stopping you from getting to where you want to be. And you can also check out our shop, because as much as it's great to have all of those healings and readings and everything else, we need to keep our environment and our energy always aligned. So having things around to help us, crystals, incense, candles, all of those things help to maintain that energy. So hop along to the shop and have a look. And finally, always remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, because sharing is caring. and I truly appreciate it. And with everything said, I'll see you next time.